is up, YouTube fam? It's your favorite unapologetic lesbian, back with another one. And this time, we've got Ryan Upchurch with Mystery of Earth, UFOs, and Ancient Art, Part 1. He dropped this in the middle of the night for his night owls. And I seen it, but I was already in the bed, and I was like, nope, I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep. So, let's not waste any time and see what church has to say about the mystery of Earth, UFOs, and ancient arts.
Look at your boy, dude. Look at his wings. That's right. When you look at me, what do you think? Yeah, old Folgers commercial. Bouncer, quicker, picker-upper commercial. Give it a week, dude. Well, actually, like 3 weeks. Don't tell nobody. It takes like 3 weeks for me to grow a mustache. What? You like my home improvements I've done in here? You can call me Skin Allen. That's that fucking, we went to Dollywood in 1996 for a family vacation wall decor. You ain't getting that at Home Depot. What do you expect? I wake up smelling like cedar logs and really heavy Walmart pellets. Look, I can't be your interior designer, alright? The best part of waking up is a hillbilly grabbing your butt. Wish I could go pigskin over a mountain. Hello. Alright, look, bro, we finna talk about the shape of the Earth, the shape of UFOs, crop circles, the ocean, space, and some other shit. Alright, so when you ask somebody, yo, what do you think the Earth looks like? The most common answer is gonna be either your regular round Earth that most people think we live on. You're gonna have your flat Earth model with no dome. And then you're going to have your flat Earth model with a dome. Just to add it in here, because some folks who believe in the dome don't believe in the Bible. But the Bible's description, which is, it seems like a flat Earth model with some sort of dome over it. Now, no matter which one of those you believe in, I can guarantee you 99.999% of everyone watching this video cannot say they have firsthand seen the Earth and what it looks like. And I know some people get angry, but I mean, sure, you could show me a picture that someone else obtained. You could send me a link to some fucking physicist guy telling me about it. You can say that you can do the math. Just because you can do the math, you know what it looks like. But at the end of the day, none of those things mean you've actually went and seen it for yourself.
I've been sitting over here shaking my head because no, I've not seen the Earth. I mean, I've seen this part of the Earth, but I haven't seen it like we've been told astronauts do, how they go out into space and they go around it. I haven't seen that. I haven't done that. I can't honestly 100% tell you the truth if the Earth is circle or flat, because I do not personally know.
And if it's that simple, why don't you, the physicist guy, go get y'all some paper and do the math and figure out how to take an iPhone up there on live and show everyone what it looks like? I mean, come on, bro. Here's what I think's weird about these 3 different models. You got common round Earth, you got flat Earth with a dome, and you have flat Earth with no dome. Okay, here's the thing. This one argues with this one the most. But here's the thing. They both have domes. This one has an atmospheric dome, and this one has some sort of other dome. But this one is the same as this one, but this one doesn't have a dome like the other two. But you don't see these two arguing, even though their models are different. Here's my question. Why is all the models of Earth have something to do with being the shape of a circle, whether it's flat or round? And also, how come no matter which model you pick, the models can only do one of 2 things for humans? Either one of them shields humans from outside space, or one exposes humans to outside space. Now, dude, think about this. Okay, let's say Earth pops up, right? There's no humans on Earth at all. Someone drops a human off. Don't tell them nothing. No prior knowledge of Earth, never been here before, nothing. How long do you think it would take that human to look around and be like, huh, what I'm standing on must be a ball? Bro, like 2 days. Why? Because they're going to see the sun and be like, whoa, and they're going to see it set, and then it's going to be less bright. They're going to see it's a circle. They're going to freak out and be like, oh shit, it's fucking, where's it going? And then when it goes down, another one pops up. It's called the moon. And they're like, oh shit, that's a circle too. And then they're like, wait, where's it going? What's the next thing going to be? Oh, it's the sun again. In the morning, it came back. 2-3 days, they're going to be like, yes, I'm probably standing on a place that looks exactly like these two places. You can't tell me that wouldn't be the idea they have. I mean, it's fucking obvious. But fast forward to now. You mean to tell me we have pretty much the same exact idea? As if it was just one person on the earth that didn't know nothing, looking around and be like, from the caveman days all the way to now. It's went from caveman standing on the ground being like, it must be a ball. Now, humans argue over 3 different models that all involve it being a circle or a ball. That is a long ass time to have no new ideas. Also, don't forget, realize the fact that people who argue about what shape the earth is or which model it is, they all have never had the chance to go see what it looks like for themselves, don't know how to go see it for themselves, and flat out just have never seen it for themselves. And I mean, bro, let's just state the obvious real quick. Where is any real footage that looks like real footage? It doesn't have a million holes poked in it or found out something that somebody tried to hide about a piece of fucking footage being fake. Where is any real footage? Me and you both know there ain't none. This next thing that I realized this morning also made me come to the conclusion that us humans right now on this earth are not collectively thinking on a level that is even fucking worthy of talking about. What I'm about to show you really lets you know how undeveloped our imagination is and how much we cling and hold on to things and then trick ourselves into thinking that right now we're smarter than we've ever been and our ideas right now are out of this world. No, they're not. Because just like the 99.9%, I would say 100, but you know, the 99.9% of us that have never seen the earth as a whole for ourselves with our own eyes has also never seen an alien. But even though we've never seen an alien or never been shown like, hey, this is an alien by the government or nothing, we have what? Just like we got little pieces of the moon landing, we got little pieces of the aliens, and the piece that we got is what? The idea of their vehicles they drive. Here's the only problem with that. The ideas of the vehicles they drive are the same exact ideas of the models of Earth. They're no different. Here is your common round Earth we know of that's floating through space. Here is the common round UFO that is apparently floating in space. Here is your flat dome Earth. Here is your flattish domed UFO. Here is your tic-tac UFO. Here is flat Earth with no dome. You don't need any kind of special degree or goggles to see that those are exactly the same. But why? So if these different models of Earth and these different models of UFOs are legit the same, then how do we know the cavemen were drawing UFOs? What if they were drawing their idea of what the whole Earth looked like? I mean, just like if they got put here and was like, the moon and the sun must be the same shape. What if those cave drawings are just their further idea of what the Earth might look like because they started to wonder, being like, well, damn, if I can't go there and float up there and see what that is, I'm here. I wonder what the rest of the world looks like. So what did the caveman do? The caveman went and grabbed a damn rock or some berries and drew his idea of the world in the cave so that he could either remember it, show it to other people, or he simply just wanted to look at what he was thinking about. And it just so happened to look kind of like a UFO. Because you got to think, if you're a loner caveman and you're sitting there seeing the sun and the moon every day, and you're like, man, I wonder if there's people on that like there is here, right? So your cave art would kind of tell the story of you and your people thinking there are other people on these other balls that are in the sky. And if you were a caveman and you and your caveman people were thinking that, hey, there might be other people like that on these floating balls in the sky. You would depict that in your cave art, that it was an unreachable place. You would depict that there's like no hands near where this is. It's in a sense of saying it's unreachable. How many hands are in there? How many people thought this? How many people wondered, well, that would be the hands on the wall. So this in particular cave art was a bunch of hands in the highest part of this cave. To me, insinuating we can only go as high as we can climb. We cannot get to this other space. So we're going to leave a bunch of handprints in this really high spot to kind of tell the future people that find this cave, you know, what we thought about the most and what we pondered the most was up above and the unreachable. Which leads me to this next piece of cave art. Now, think about hands and being unreachable, and then looking at the sun and the moon as places other people might be that they would like to go to see for themselves. Once again, you got two big glowing circles, and the hands are not near where the circles are. But this next one really lets you know how they kind of thought, if you ask me personally. Because this next one is supposed to be UFO cave art, but it's more of a platform that portrays people standing on and looking down on them. And you know, a lot of these so-called aliens in these cave arts, the aliens are most of the time like a luminescent color, right? And some of these people have like these ring things around their head. Well, if they're standing on Earth and they're looking at their tan brown skin, and then they're looking at the dirt and the mud and seeing how their skin matches with the rock they're standing on, if they thought people was on the moon and the sun, they probably thought the people matched the objects in the sky as well. The sun has rays, squiggly ray around it, right? When you try to look at it. Well, squiggly rays are around some of these people's heads that are on these platforms. Well, the aliens are luminescent and white, right? Okay, well, the moon is luminescent and white. Maybe they thought that was the kind of people, or that's what people looked like that lived on the moon. Personally, I think that's a way more logical explanation that has steps leading right to it. But if that's the case, that would change all UFO like history and knowledge, starting from the first depictions of it. Damn. All right, Skins, we're gonna do a part 2. Part 2 will be out later tonight. It's a lot to unpack, so I'm gonna have to write it out so it's in order, so it's best explained. I will see y'all tonight around dinner time.
Just mind blown. Mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. A lot of what he said just made sense. A lot of it. See, I love thinking for myself. And I love coming to the realization that my whole life has been a lie. Oh, not even funny. Not even kidding. But I like that. I like when my mind gets blown. And it makes my mind start, in all honesty, going error, 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 and start thinking. And just going off what he says, coming up with my own ideas and my own thoughts. Like that one. With UFOs. Like, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. How does any of us know really what the cavemen were depicting when they were doing them drawings? We don't. Wow. I'm ready for part 2. What's up, you guys? So, I literally hit end record on part 1, and he dropped part 2. So, let's just jump right on in to part 1. I guess asking you shower Steve, huh?
How you doing today, baby? So today the video is going to be Mystery of Earth, UFOs, and Ancient Art Part 2. If you haven't seen Part 1, I suggest you go back and watch it so you can follow along with what we're talking about.
I actually just finished reacting to it, literally. As soon as I hit my little button over here on my keyboard to end the recording, I saw the notification on my phone, pulled up his YouTube and part 2.
Let's get into the video. Alright, so in part 1, we started off by talking about Earth and UFOs. What is the connection between Earth and UFOs? So when we got to looking, we looked at the 3 most common theories of how Earth is modeled, or what is it we're living on. Then we took a look at the top 3 styles or models of UFOs that are the most talked about. And that's when I realized, holy shit, the rock that we live on and what people think it looks like, and these mysterious vehicles that keep visiting the rock we live on are all the same exact models. For round Earth, you have an orb UFO. For dome Earth, you have the classic dome UFO. For flat Earth with no dome, you have the Tic Tac UFO. They all are modeled exactly the same. But also, now think about the figures or characters or entities that are attached to these 2 things, Earth and UFOs. What is another term for Earth? Mother Nature. Nature's green. So if Mother Nature was a color, what would she be? She will be green. What's the most common description of an alien that drives a UFO?
Green.
A little green man. But what's the interesting thing about that? So what drives the Earth to continue on is what? Mother Nature. Okay, so what does this little green man ideally drive that seems in history to be continuing on? Also, I find it funny that even though they're apparently not from here, they just keep continuing on in our nature. Just gonna throw that out there. But anyways, what does the little green man drive? A mothership. If you thought that was the wow factor of this scenario right here, it's not. This is, though. Just like the ideas of Earth and the ideas of UFOs are the same and different, when you get to the end of this little bracket, what is also the same and different about the descriptions of these quote unquote drivers or characters of these UFOs and of Earth? They're chromosomes. One is obviously a female and one is obviously a male. Little green men, Mother Nature. The same and different with their chromosomes. Now your mind's about to go, think about this. When you think of a UFO, what have we been told the most, or what is the first thing that pops in most people's head as the color? Chrome. Now, in order for us to see these chrome objects, what would they have to do? Enter our ozone. Little green man is coming into Mother Nature's ozone. Well, that sounds like reproduction to me. Looks like what when you draw it? The breeding process. If this is the female and this trajectory right here is the male, hell, what else is in the sky? The sun and the moon. 2 other balls, which is holding what? The chromosomes, which are needed for reproducing. What else is needed for reproducing on Earth? The sun and the moon. The reproducing of flowers, plants, fruits, animals, us. Here's the weird thing about the word chromosome. When you sound out chrome-ozone, you get chrome and then ozone, which is 11 letters. When you spell it out, you get chromosome, which is 11 letters. Both the same, but also different, just like everything else in this whole entire video. Now, to follow along everything we've said in this video, here is something odd about the word chromosome. So if you sound out chromosome, it's 11 letters. If you spell out chromosome, it's 11 letters. Everything that's the exact same, spot for spot, in the sounded out version and the spelled out version, is this, and the E, which is the word chrome. Just like the UFO that would be entering the ozone. Okay, so now that we matched the letters of the sounded out and spelled out version, character for character, spot for spot, and it gave us chrome, now let's do the exact differences of the sounded out version and the spelled out version. Alright, so the exact differences between the sounded out and spelled out version is EOSOZOMO. These characters right here. So check this out. If I use one of these O's as a circle to put the remaining characters in there, the first thing I came up with? Some zoo. Same. So the exact same characters spelled out chrome. The UFO. Coming to some zoo. What are zoos used for? Reproducing in captivity. And also to help certain species of animal from going extinct because they are going extinct. Then they use the zoo for other people that have the same animals to bring them there so they can reproduce, so they don't go extinct. So then I thought to myself, I was like, bro, that is too along the lines of everything we've talked about in this video. It's the same but different, once again, just like everything else in the video. So I went back to the exact different characters of the sounded out and spelled out version of chromosome. And I was like, I'm going to do a second one to see what I can come up with next. But since the last one I done was the spelled out exact letters, on this one I'm going to sound it out. Well, when you sound it out and use these characters, the exact characters, by the way, just sound it out. I got Moses, 3 circles. Moses, and then 000. So I was like, okay, 3 circles. That's the newest model of a UFO. The 3 orbs in a triangle formation. So I know what you're thinking. What's that got to do with Moses, right? Well, do you know the story of Moses in the Bible? One of the most popular ones. In the Old Testament, it says that Moses encounters a man named Yahweh, which means God, inside a burning bush. What does that sound like? Once again, that sounds like another UFO model that is being talked about and people are quote unquote filming on the internet, like in the past month. So, in the Bible, this burning bush that was a guy named Yahweh who came and had an encounter with Moses. What did Yahweh, or God, help Moses do? He helped Israelite slaves escape from Egypt. What was slavery used for? Breeding, reproduction. And they treated slaves like what? Zoo animals. And there you go. So that means everything we mentioned in this entire video is essentially exactly the same. So you gotta ask yourself, what does that mean? Well, it could mean a few things. It could mean that our existence is something way greater and better than we know. That is controlled by us, the brains walking around the world, to a way different level that most people can't understand. The thought of aliens and stuff may have been created off of God's prior idea and used to scare humans into thinking they're not protected. Because if you think you're not protected, maybe you're actually not. And if you think you are, then maybe you actually are. Once again, to an extent or level that most don't even know about. Maybe it's way simpler than you think, which is why they want you to think it's so complex, because it's not complex at all. Perfect timing. Church bells right at the end of the video, baby. But hey, I don't know. You tell me what you think. If you want a part 3, let your boy know. See you terrestrials and extraterrestrials tomorrow.
Yes, sir. I would like a part 3, please. Wow. The ending. My bad. Pardon me. The ending got me fucked up. But wow. Mind blown. I am mind blown right now. Like, extremely mind blown. It all made sense. Everything in part 1 circled back to, or part 2 circled back to part 1. And it actually made sense. Wow. Holy crap. My brain is erroring. I mean, what he said, it makes so much sense. It really does. Like I said at the end of part 1, how do we know what the cavemen's really meant? How? We don't. We don't. When we see cave art and see what the cavemen and women drew from back then, we have no idea. We are guessing, estimating, giving ideas of what we think they drew. They could have been depicting something totally different than aliens and UFOs. Holy crap. I don't have too much to say because my mind is literally blown. Wow. It's been a minute since that's happened. Thank you, church. Damn. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. And if you like this, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.
Well, I'll pray for you, brother, but leave me alone.